Alright, this is 13%. We'll see this in a lot of different scenarios, such as discounts, stock trading, interest rates, compound interest, financial loans, the list goes on. What I want to do in this video is talk about this symbol over here, which is percent, to help you understand the meaning of this figure, and also use it to find discounts. So first, let's talk about percentage. What is percentage? So this word here, right, percent. The word per is basically just meaning to divide into a certain amount of parts. Now the word cent is quite interesting. In the Roman numbers, we know things like I, V, and X, right? So I means 1, V means 5, and Roman X means 10. There's also a letter for 100, and they use the letter C. This letter here in Latin, which is the language of the Romans, I believe, back in the day, was also a word centum. And that word meant 100, and that's why they use the word cent. Simply put, cent means 100. So when you say per cent, it means divide into 100 parts. So when we look at something like 13%, the symbol percent quite literally means that word. So when we say 13%, we're saying take 13 and divide into 100 parts. Now that we have an understanding of this, let's talk about a specific example using discounts. This is a mandarin orange. Let's say you found this in the store and it's priced at $20. That's an expensive mandarin orange. Now let's say the store manager was feeling a bit happy and decided, hey, let's make a discount for this orange. So let's say it's 13% discounted. And this is an interesting word in itself. You think of it as two different parts of the word, right? So there's dis and then there's the count. Count is count, right? Like how you count numbers and whatnot. I like to think of dis as meaning don't. So discount in another way is to think don't count. Don't count what? Well, don't count 13% of this value. What's 13%? Well, it's supposed to be 13 out of 100 units of value. Right now, this orange has 20 units of value, not 100. So it's a little bit confusing because they're not the same sort of scale and such. So what we need to do is take the $20 and divide it into 100 parts first. The reason we're doing this is so that we can then remove 13 parts of that. That's the idea behind percentages. And so if you think about it like having 100 of these boxes, each box is going to be valued at 0.2 dollars or 20 cents, right? That's another way to think about it. So that's how much the value is in each of these boxes, and there's like 100 of these boxes. What 13% of a discount is saying is do not count 13 of those boxes. Because what we've done now is we've split the 20 into 100 parts, and we can now correlate it with these 100 parts here. So 13 parts of this would be, 13 times $0.2, and that will be, trying to do mental math here, this would be 260, I think. So this means that you want to remove this much of the value. Don't count $2.60 out of $20. So the total price that you'd be paying, which is what we all care about, is $20 minus $2.60. And this would come up to $17.40. This should be the price that you would pay for this orange. Alternatively, you could just calculate the amount that you would pay, right? So like how many parts would you pay? 100 minus 13 would be 87 parts. So 87 of 100 parts from $20 is what you would pay. So alternatively, you could take 87 and multiply by $0.2 or 20 cents, and that should still give you the same value here. Okay, let's look at another example. In this example, I don't want to use an orange, I want to use something else. So let's say you had a Rubik's Cube and it was priced at $12. That's probably an okay price for a Rubik's Cube. Let's say this was going on a 13% discount as well. So what I want to do here is just show a slightly different example using the same maths, but with different numbers, right? So again, the same thing, we're going to say 13 out of 100 parts or units of a value would not be counted, right? So don't count this amount. First, we have to figure out the value of each part. We know that this is how many parts we need to take off, but how much is each part worth? Well, $12 take that and split it into 100 parts, so divided by 100, that will give you $0.12 or 12 cents per part. In another way of looking at it, if you had 100 different parts, each part is worth 12 cents or $0.12. So now that we know this, we can say $0.12 or 12 cents times 13 parts. Let's see, 12 times 12 is 144, right? So 12 squared is 144. 12 times 13 is just taking 144 and adding another 13, so that's 156. But you're removing the decimal place back by 2, so the product here would be $1.56. Okay, so that is how much you don't count. So you take $12 minus 156, and what will that give you? 9, 10, 44, I think. $10.44, yeah, because 12 minus 1 is 11, but it's gonna borrow from there, and so that's be 10. Yeah, that should be right. Alternatively, we could have taken 87 parts, which is what we would count in the amount we pay, and times by $0.12, and that will give us $10.44 as well. Now, generally speaking, most people probably won't go this far when they want to get the amount that they're saving. Normally, what people do, and I myself included, would be to round this down to something like 10%, and then multiply $12, so that's just $1.20. And I would just knock that off, so that then I know, okay, it's around $11, $10, which is good enough for me. I sort of have a ballpark figure of how much I'm saving. But if you want to be accurate, then this is a great way to do it. And moving forward, this is probably how I'm going to be doing most of my videos. I'll be moving away from doing very specific VCE content, and I'll be stepping more into things that I feel more relevant to the real world. I want to do real maths. That's what I really feel called towards here. I personally find maths very useful in my life, and I use it for a lot of different applications. And I think a lot of people will benefit from that sort of content. You've got all the school teachers teaching all kinds of things, but they don't teach you things like how to do your tax, or just how to even count tax from the tax brackets, for example, or how to do stock trading. And I may not be a particular expert in any of these, but I know a bit about how some of the maths works. And not only do I find those things helpful, I find those things fascinating. So if that sounds like the kind of content you guys want to consume, then hit the subscribe button, like this video, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and tap the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with everything that's going to be coming out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.